is perhaps one of the biggest in film industries in the entire world. The last time I checked, they said it's the third largest. So after Hollywood, Bollywood, then you have Nollywood. And we've seen a rise in terms of how visible our stories are, how visible our African stories are on streaming platforms. People are consuming our content, from different countries, and Nollywood has become even bigger. However, there are certain individuals that laid the foundation of an industry that we now know as Nollywood, and one of the legends is actually in the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I have the incredible, the man, the myth, the legend, Emeka himself.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good. When you walked into the studio, you said something that you're now a zaddy.
I look like a zaddy, Actually, they want to make a new role, a new movie of me looking like a zaddy, so that's why I'm keeping this,
Oh, okay. So we're going to see the transition of the typical Emeka, the lover boy, because all the movies you formed my entire childhood, from Deadly Affairs, just to mention a few, and
that's right.
You formed the foundation of what is now known as the lover boy, the bad boy, in movies, and you were sort of the template for a lot of young actors.
Thank you for the encomium.
So we'll be seeing more Zaddy roles now, right?
Oh yeah, not about Zaddy role. This particular role I'm playing after this one. The director Taco Benson wants me to actually look this way because I'm supposed to be some dashing guy, So I have to look like it, like someone who controls power, money, riches, and all that. So that's why I'm looking this way.
Don't worry, you do actually control money, power, and riches and all that. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be easy for you.
Oh, well, let's see.
All right, so let's get back to, the beginning, right? You've been off the scene for a while, or people think that you've been off the scene for a while. Where has Emeka been?
Emeka has been where all the other artists that were in my genre are. There was a point in time when, without the people knowing what happened, the government came in, the policies, everything. Just one policy could change everything for the whole industry. And there were days of, what do you call it? Where you go to rent films.
Yeah.
What do you call rent?
Houses.
Where you rent those shops, you rent those booms that year, okay? All that just died for no reason. And we're all now using video clubs, right? All died for no reason, and now we only get used to using the decoders. So the transition from using jackets, buying movie in jackets, to decoder, that was where you lost us. Were not included. Our opinions was not engrafted into that process. So the people that made the policies out there just yanked us off, and we couldn't do what we needed to or what we loved doing anymore. Then too, Emeka was depressed for a long time out of some marital whatever, and I was hiding. I was in shame for what I didn't do. So that's sometimes the price you pay for being large. So I was depressed. I was short-circuited for no reason, and I had to just hide my face until I knew what was wrong with me. I could tell you at a point, I wanted to kill your Ebuka. I was looking for Ebuka. I thought I was going to see him in the show. I was like, Ebuka, I would have killed you for nothing. But Segun Arize came here, and they called me a madman. Now, I was really angry and bitter that how could you just use such a word on air without coming to know who I am? I was, after Segun Arize, there was so much war in the Actors Guild of Nigeria. I was a de facto president. I was fighting for the people. They called me the people's president. And I was fighting against some institutions, some men that are there, the oligarchs. Then somebody in between sneaked in to take my life. So there were assassins everywhere for me. I was facing gunmen everywhere. It's in the news. Go to the press. Assassins came to my house on the road. They just want to take my life. It wasn't Segun Arize. It wasn't Ejike Asebu. It wasn't even Abo. In fact, I lost my mother last month.
Oh, my condolences.
No, October, right? Yes, and I'll be burying her very soon. Ibn Abo called me, and she'll be coming for my mother's burial. But that year, I was like, oh, Ibn Abo, you want to kill me? stuff. But the woman that was behind was somewhere quiet, and so we celebrities are exposed to so much dangers than we know. And Burna Boy said it, last, everybody will chop breakfast. So all of us, they chop the breakfast.
Wow. Honestly, I genuinely feel your pain. I'm sure it's nothing compared to what you really went through, but in just few minutes, you've told me that you went through depression, went through marital issues, had issues with your colleagues in the industry, and also you felt that the transition to decoders and streaming platforms sort of affected the demand for your business as well.
Yeah.
I mean, with everything that's happened, how did you make this incredible comeback? Because I know you just featured in Malaika.
Yeah.
Doing Abraham's movie. So at what point did you say, you know what, I'm going to take my life back, I'm going to take myself back, and I'm going to be the man that I've always been? So what was the change? What happened? At what point? What changed?
When you realize that they're actually after you for who you are. They actually are envious about what you've achieved. So you're gonna ask yourself, what do I do next? Then what came to my head was, keep your head up. And I just kept doing the things that I needed to do properly, and the things I need to do. I just kept working on myself, kept investing. Like that year was after African Magic in court or whatever. I'm no more after them right now, because I actually own my own TV channel right now. I own Nollywood TV on Star Times, Channel 62. So it's all about reinventing yourself, making sure you make the best of the negatives and the stones thrown at you to fortify your next rise.
So I really want to touch on a very sensitive thing you said. If you feel free to talk about it, please.